People, people out there, they don't know why they are suffering, but there is an answer of their questions. By the time you explain to them and understand, you use all your calories, use all your energies. They don't know these things. They don't know the African history, the African blood, the liberation. Liberation is so hard for Africans, for African countries. Liberation is so hard. People have lost their spirit. People have sold their soul to not understanding. They are calling it ignorance. That we no longer want to understand, and even we no longer want to open our ears to hear. Teaching is hard for people not willing to listen. And understanding is very hard for people who don't want to understand. Who bewitched Africans? I feel the pain. I feel worry. That between the liberator and the oppressor, Africans decided to choose the oppressor. Oppression makes them strong. It's like, who is going to teach them? Who is going to mentor them? How are they going to learn if they are not willing to learn? How is Africa going to be free without Africans coming together? Without liking the cause? Who is going to free their rigidity? Who is going to free their stubbornness? Our youth, our young generation, who is going to teach them? I'm asking a question about South Africa. They have a system of Pan-Africanism. They are trying, but it's hard. Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Kenya, all over Africa, Ghana. They are Pan-Africanists, but our hands are tied. That we can't even predict or forecast or foretell what is coming tomorrow. All the 54 African countries, we don't have hope. Every day we talk about religious wars. We talk about religion visionism. We talk about neo-colonialism, actually super-colonialism. We talk about many things, tribal divisions. We talk about borderless Africa. We talk about what can we do to free Africa. We talk about injustices that the Europeans, the Western world has brought us. But all what we do is just see people, they don't want to understand, they don't want to listen. There's no hope. Things deteriorate every day. People form political parties without the basis, without the mission. They don't understand the things that Pan-Africanist is more important than struggling to take over the government systems from the minute 54 African countries. If you listen to me, you have to listen. If you don't have the ears, then we are all going to pay the price. What pains me most is that if we don't achieve this, a strong Africa which is free from the colonial powers, which is a free education system is free, economy is free, social culture free, politically free, is that if all these things are not given attention, me too, I'm going to face, I'm not going to survive. But because I know the truth, the wise, the ignorant, the oppressors, we shall all die in the same pit. That's why I try so much to make sure people understand. At least if we can unite, have this Africa borders, we free our education system, our economic system freedom, political, social culture, the fifth, and detached completely from colonial powers and Western world influence. we free our children, our descendants, that's when I'll be happy. That's when I'll die happy. That's when my dreams too will be achieved. There's no success among the poor. Whenever you are rich among the poor, you are not rich. Whenever you are wise among the ignorant, you are not wise. African unity is the way. It is useless to study 1,000 degrees. In Africa, they don't make a sense. There is only one thing that people should study, that people should concentrate on. There's only one thing that makes sense, and that is Pan-Africanist, the humanity of African, the real African spirit, the real African spirit that will liberate us from all our troubles. Not your books, not your money, not your false and ignorant understanding, idiotic promises that you give to your children, that you give and promise your children every day, that education is the way. In Africa, education is not the way. In Africa, education is not the way. In Africa, education is not the way. Because education has been spoiled. The system is no longer working. The systems are already detached from the reality. The systems no longer help an African. I'll be listened, or I won't be listened. But no matter what happens to Africans, one day they will know that there was truth that was not paid attention to. And no one is going to escape this, because African troubles are real. African troubles are escalating every day. They align the thousands heading to church every Sunday, every Friday. Some go for overnights. Those are useless overnights, my friend. They won't change your life. Failure to listen the voice of the Pan-Africanists. Everyone will pay the price. Everyone will pay the price. It won't be only me. I may be assassinated today or any other day. People may feel bad about it. But it won't change the reality that me and you, we are going to be judged by our ancestors. Don't be lied that Jesus will save you. There's nothing like Jesus. These are fake programs, viral programs that will have to enslave you all your life, and you won't benefit from it. The divisions from the Arabs, Christians, Muslims, but divided on tribalistic terms. Divided country, every country since self-independent, 54 African countries. You won't escape the wrath of the truth. We call for African unity every day. No one listens. If you talk to a group of people whom you believe they are African, you believe that they are no longer Africans. They are something else. Have not understand what we are. Are we really Africans? No, we are not Africans. The real Africans are the people who understand that African culture still is respected, who understand that Africa is great, who understand the things of unity, who understand their enemies, who will not side with religion, who will not side with tribalistic terms and ideations, who will not side with colonial Western culture, who will not side with the fake education system, who will not side with corruption, who will not side with useless life we are living today. We call ourselves Africans every day, we smear our faces, but our hearts are not clean. You rather redeem yourselves today? Oh, you run the bad way, the harsh way. No one will escape. From the president, from LC1, to the common person, the other person who struggles every day, all citizens. African is great if you are able to understand issues, if you're able to understand the problems that we are having, if you are able to know who you are, what you are supposed to do. Come free. It's not the skin. That's not the power that you have got and proud of today. The African concept. We need to understand our spirituality. We need to understand our roots. We need to understand who we are. We need to understand our friends. We need to understand our enemies. We need to understand our responsibilities. We need to understand our missions. We need to understand what fate are we waiting for. We need to understand our Africa. Redemption. You must redeem yourselves, Africans, from the ignorance, the false belief that you understand. Without understanding Africa, you're lost, my friend. There is mental slavery, spiritual slavery that has turned into physical slavery. Everyone will be judged for this, will pay for this, will pay for the destructions of Africa, will pay for the pain that are in the hearts of people. When you meet people, everyone believes, they believe that poverty is the way. They believe that suffering is part of life. No, suffering is not part of life. Suffering is a propaganda. It's agenda by minute, greedy, stupid groups of people who wants to enslave you. The African God, the African spirituality calls for freedom for everyone. Every soul, every spirit out there is free, unless you want to imprison yourself and lock your brain and mind. The Pan-Africanists, we shall teach, but we shall not open your brain and put knowledge. You need to discover yourselves if you are to become a true, free African. We won't put knowledge in your brains, my friend. You have to understand what you are, where you're coming from. You have to know your enemies. You have to know your enemies. You have to be wise to survive this Africa. But you won't survive if you feel like you can free yourself alone. Everyone must be free. Freedom, free Africa. African unity. The African understanding of humanity. Whichever level you are, is the way